Thank you to all who have been supporting the channel by checking out our merch at rejectnationshop.com and becoming Royal Rejects. Real Rejects got invited back to WonderCon. Come geek out with us in person Sunday, March 31st, Reject Nation. Citizens of the Reject Nation, we are here for Invincible Season 2, Episode 6 today. If you guys did not catch our reaction for Episode 5, that was a great one. Make sure our reaction. The episode was okay. No, the episode was amazing. Go ahead, check that out. Aaron, you excited for the next episode?
Oh my God, I cannot wait. The last one was so good, delicioso.
All right, guys, you know what to do. Please subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when a reaction for the next episode is up here on the channel. This is possibly my favorite superhero show. One day I will rank them all, every single one of them. Leave a like on this video. That would be great. Thank you to Private for helping us edit down these highlights, and thanks to all of you who have been joining us at our Patreon page, becoming Super Sexy Rejects. That is, of course, where you can get the full-length reaction watch-along where you sync up with your own copy of Invincible, and we cover several things over there exclusively with highlights and watch-alongs included. Let's get back into space, people.
So brave.
Who's going to save you?
Just do it, you prick.
Oh no, but
What a start.
Nobody?
Whoa.
Guardians! Protect them!
I thought someone was gonna save him. Oh shit.
I mean, maybe they'll be able to preserve his brain in some way, put it in the android body or something. I don't know. There's gotta be something.
Yeah.
Come on, Eve, get up!
That was cool.
Look out below! I'm not as strong as Eve, but I can keep them away for a few minutes. A few minutes is all I need. It tickles.
Oh, he's gonna lose the tickling.
Please hurry! Hurry? Done. Tell them someone has to get this close to us and then press the button.
Good transition.
Please hurry! Someone, anyone, give it to me!
What is Black Samson's power? I thought it was like electricity or
I'll
something.
do it. How dare you!
No, that's not the time.
Stop it! I'm stronger and faster than you.
Get your ego out of the way.
Don't fail.
Whoa.
Good.
Trust.
No.
We're almost there.
Oh boy.
No. Shape smash? I can't.
So frustrating knowing Adamir's actual potential. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could destroy them all in like 2 seconds if she was able to tap into that extra power.
Oh no, there's some in there.
Oh, good.
Teamwork.
Makes teamwork. Woo. Oh, he saved.
Got you. Yes. Hell yes. We did it.
Did someone die?
No.
You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, there was some in there.
You're waking up.
Maybe there's some juice left in this thing. That's all.
Yeah, Rudy's the only one that knows how to do it. Oh my God. Oh, that was quick. All right.
Short-lived fear.
I thought that was going to be a much bigger issue.
Yes, hooray. 10 out of 10. We need to go now.
This threat seemed like it should have been a lot worse.
It's not over.
True, but like the sheer amount of them in their power is literally mind control.
I'm not sure you'll ever get the floors clean again. Agree to my demands, and I will consider not destroying half of the nation.
You're still alive?
Lives.
What? No way, dude.
Oh my God.
How?
How sad. Perhaps I'm too stupid to realize this, but you're supposed
I said, shut up!
Whoa.
What? He literally shot you in the brain. What? What is this secret power that he has?
I mean, some people can survive that stuff.
With the stomp? Oh my God. No.
you all right?
Oh God.
That's a weird question. I'm fine.
Oh my God.
Really good.
You're gonna pass out right now, right?
Never better? You know me. I'm practically...
That was good. That was good.
We need to get this guy to an OR now.
Wow.
What? Oh, no way.
She's still alive? No way.
That is repulsive as hell.
Oh, wow.
You saved us from the Sequids, and for that we are grateful. But we cannot permit you to leave with the great betrayer.
Me?
You must remain here for punishment.
What kind of punishment?
Death.
I understand.
Again.
This is as fast as it goes.
Do all the Martians not have the same power as him? Because you feel like they'd be more of a threat.
Open the airlock.
I mean, don't kill them. Okay.
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess
we're
you're
just
gonna
gonna kill them.
Can they breathe in
Pulling
space?
one from his dad, I guess. Not as vicious, but still, you're leaving them to die. Okay, no, okay, not as bad.
That was amazing.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
Little seeds, planting little seeds.
Good work.
Yeah, gain some trust, buddy.
Thanks. You too.
You okay? You seem a little shook.
It was
Terrifying.
unpleasant having my mind under Sequid control. Thankfully, I was able to control my fear response this time.
Good.
Fix the problem. I can do the same for you.
Don't.
But it just makes sense
I
to...
said don't.
She just needs you to fix her, bro. She just needs you to stick up for her.
Trying to control and trying to support are very different things.
After everything Nolan put you through, no one expects you to raise this kid. Let us help.
Whoa.
Oh, we're growing fast. Learning fast.
Were those the first words?
I think so.
I raised Mark, who just saved the world. Again,
That is true.
I'm more than qualified to do this. Isn't that right?
All right, you win.
Yeah, good. Give her a sense of purpose.
Something changed inside my heart.
The show does a good job of picking good songs to pair well with the scenes that they have. Yeah, this is great.
Great match cut.
Good job, Oliver.
Oliver.
Mark.
Oh, he's a toddler already.
Brah, brah.
You named him after Grandpa?
Well, he needed an actual name besides Nolan's alien baby.
It's good. I like it.
Kill it now. While it's still vulnerable.
Kate Chaw was a fearless warrior. Though her powers came from a family curse, she believed they were a gift to help those around her.
Again, they carry this like existentialism theme throughout.
That was Kate's real power, her unwavering belief that this world is good, even when it killed her over and over and over again.
I really care for her.
Yeah, this is the first time we're seeing him as a character. He's normally stoic and just grumpy. But you also in that moment, you see why they connected.
I thought they were just begging.
Why do I feel this way, Marcus?
Because you loved her, man.
Wow.
I loved many others before Kate. All of them died as well.
She related to you on a different level.
But this is different. I thought we had more time together.
I'm happy we have this moment because they're old school teammates together too. So you think they would have more of those.
You should go hang out with Eve. You have more in common with her.
More life experience.
How's your mom?
Classes. Sorry, you go.
No, you go, please.
The distance.
Classes are going okay?
I'm at the point where I just roll out of bed and go to lectures in my pajamas. It's very freeing.
You're losing stuff in common.
Well, how's your new brother? Is he adjusting?
Oliver's doing great, and they really get along. My mom's still getting used to chewing his food for him, though. It turns out Thraxan babies don't have enzymes to break down solid food.
Okay, can I just say this feels like a first date?
Yeah, a bad first date.
Yeah, why is this weird?
Really thought college would be different. You know, like late night study sessions, secret dorm parties, spending time with my girlfriend. Instead, we hang out less than we did before we went to college.
Whenever my friends here ask where you are, I'm always like, oh, Mark's studying for an exam, or I hate lying to them, Mark. And I have no one to talk to about it. I mean, sure, there's William, but he's more your friend than mine.
This is lonely.
You know, sometimes I wish I never got powers.
But you do have powers, and that means you have an obligation to make the world a better place. And if you didn't feel that way, we wouldn't be dating to begin with.
The irony.
It's his heart, it's his courage that attracted her in the first place.
Mark, look who's back.
Hey!
Hey, good.
Rick, how are you feeling?
I guess I'm fine.
He's doing great.
Is that the real him? I thought they give him the Donald treatment.
Come on, Rick.
Yeah.
I guilted the college into giving you a private room in the dorm next door. I already decorated it.
That's not your man's, bro.
Rick looks exactly the same.
He went through intensive body reconstruction. That kind of trauma can resurface.
He is so broken.
Tell William I'll check in later to see how Rick's doing.
Okay.
Donald was just like a guy in season 1. Now he's just so fascinating.
You look like shit. And that's coming from a guy that looks like this. When that bullet went through my head, I saw my life flash before my eyes. And I didn't like what I saw.
Yeah.
I was such a dick to Kate.
He's changing so much.
To every woman I've ever dated. None of them deserved it. I don't know why I had to get my brains blown out to see that.
Literally gonna rewire your brain now.
What is it about being a superhero? We go around saving lives while ruining them at the same time.
I love the drama of this episode, the slower pacedness of it.
All right, let's hear it. The reason your face looks all...
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, sad and shit.
Wow, they're talking and confiding in each other. Fascinating.
How far we've come.
Mark.
Oh, hey, Eve. You here to see Rex?
You hear that lighter tone music?
Turns out Rex really likes home decorating magazines.
No.
I think it's because he's never really had a home.
You don't need to be his home.
I mean, it would make sense you'd care for him.
It would make sense. Just don't want her to get back together with him.
I gotta run, so I'll see you around.
Okay. Bye.
Eve!
You're the only person I know who still reads magazines.
I'm cultured like that. And plus, the internet sucks.
I just ran into Mark and...
Ugh, I know, right? He and Amber are...
Wait, what does that mean?
Oh.
So, Helga, you've been a nanny for 30 years.
Oh my God.
I don't trust Helga.
I'm not comfortable hiring a spy.
Spy? I don't understand.
Baby. Spidey sense.
I'm April Howsam, here for the nanny position. Before we begin, you should know that Cecil sent me. Now, I wasn't supposed to tell you, but I think it's unacceptable to mislead a potential employer.
You're hired.
My philosophy on child rearing is simple. Encourage a child's natural curiosity for the world. Here you go, buddy, while giving him structure and a safe space to grow and learn.
Good guidance.
Excellent guidance.
This is such a unique aspect. The nature versus nurture of it all.
But I don't want a GDA agent in my house.
I work for you, Miss Grayson, not Cecil.
How can you trust that? I don't know if I could ever trust that.
Mama, boss.
What, because she has a connection to him that she's not informing? And the baby likes her.
Real nice place you made here, Eve.
Cecil.
Damn, Cecil.
Reminds me of where I grew up.
Where was that?
And to once again offer you a spot on the Guardians. Duplikate's dead. Ray and Rex are in the hospital, and Immortal is... Oh, let's be frank, his head is not in the game right now. So what do you say?
Haha, he's used to losing his head.
I'm still figuring out what kind of hero I want to be, and that's not the kind of person you need on the Guardians.
I mean, I feel like it's a constant.
But you know how to find me if you need my help again.
And you know where to find me when you change your mind. Thanks for your time, Eve. I'll leave you to your guest now.
What guest?
Guest.
Eve? You up there? Can we talk?
This is a surprise turn of events.
This is going to make things complicated.
I love a love triangle. Art, what's going on, buds?
Debbie's probably going to come through.
I told you it's going to be another 4 hours. You want it done fast or done right?
Hey, Art.
Oh, it's not Debbie.
Sorry, I thought you were someone else. Just leave your suit and I'll have it fixed by morning.
Who's the someone else?
I actually came to talk.
What's on your mind?
Well...
girl trouble.
That obvious.
How the hell did you know that?
You've been doing this a long
There's
time.
a variety of options could have been.
You know, we'd known each other for years. It just kind of made sense. And it was good for a while until I finally had enough of him cheating on me every time he left the tower.
Oh, it was a constant thing.
It was the lying that hurt more. But I thought after we got over that, it'd work out. Mark puts himself on the line for people he doesn't even know, and that takes real
guts to not care what anyone else thinks.
Oh, they are breaking it.
Oh, yeah.
She makes me a better person.
So what's the problem?
The problem is
their lives.
I'm
invincible. Whether it's a tsunami or some psycho with rocket launchers for arms, when bad things happen, Mark has to drop everything and go.
Yeah.
I love how realistic this is.
Everything, including you.
For the world that they're, yeah.
I don't care when Mark cancels our date or forgets to text. I mean, he's saving the world. It's
hard to feel.
But it makes me feel like a
jerk because I'm doing exactly to her what my dad did to me and my mom.
Exactly. Yep. You gotta break the cycle.
I don't want that kind of life for Amber. She deserves better.
If you guys can't always be together, then make the times you are together count.
That doesn't work either. When we're together, I feel guilty. Like I'm taking him away from people who really need him.
Oh, wow.
Mark needs someone who
is there for her, who really understands what she's going through in college and
what it's like dating a superhero.
Exactly. Their lives are just way too different.
I knew dating Mark would be difficult. I just didn't know it would be so lonely.
I feel like I'm failing Amber.
Oh, wow.
You're not saving the world right now.
And Mark's back on Earth.
I love this show.
Why are you here talking to me when you should be talking to him?
Exactly. Yes. That's exactly. I've been like on the vibing with this exact conversation. Like, but yeah, but you guys should have this talk with each other. Like, even if you guys break up, this talk should be with each other.
Hey, your mom told me what happened with your dad on Thraxa. It had to be tough, seeing him again.
And the last thing he told me before the Viltrumites took him away, it was read my books.
Why did he say that?
Yeah, no, he's got to find the books.
My mom threw out all his stuff when I was away. I got his travel books from the library, but nothing popped out.
Nolan wrote more than just travel books.
What?
He wrote sci-fi novels under a pen name when you were a kid.
Wow. What are the odds?
Lost inside the chasm to oblivion. Hate tribes on the planet Wreck.
I told Nolan they were great, real exciting. I never read them.
There must be some real answers there.
I don't remember this.
It commemorates D.A. Sinclair's victims.
Victims?
You hungry?
He does not need to eat.
D.A. Sinclair took so much of me away. I don't think they found it all. Who am I if I can't even remember what I'm missing?
Oh, wow.
What a line.
The man with the invincible gun. Catchy title, Dad. Little was known about the Space Rider. He was a mystery, the stuff of legends.
Oh, here we go.
Stories about him
stretched across the 12 galaxies. But in all of them, one detail remained constant. The Infinity Ray.
Infinity Ray.
An unstoppable energy wave that destroyed anything in its path. But it required a steady hand and a steady mind.
I love how it's like B-movie sci-fi.
No one has ever gotten close enough to study the Infinity Ray for themselves. The Space Rider always makes sure of that.
Cowboy.
Now, is this the thing that can kill Viltrumites?
If the Infinity Ray is indeed real and as powerful as the stories claim, it poses a huge
threat to our mission.
Interesting to have even the narration be from J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
Savage planet, savage beasts. Our mission was simple: to investigate this harsh planet
and report back to Space Command headquarters.
It's made in the likeness of Nolan.
After finding no usable resources, my partner and I were ready to return home. But the planet had other plans.
Whoa!
Oh, Jesus.
Ragnar.
Jesus. What are all these things aliases for within the actual world of Invincible?
In an instant, I was surrounded. I've battled creatures 10 times their size, but because of the gravity on this planet, Ragnar's had evolved strength like no other.
Weird.
I had grossly underestimated these creatures, and I feared this place would be my grave.
Wait, no way.
Put it together.
These are his stories? Is this his adventures?
He just opened to the proper chapters each time. Right. Got the right chapter.
Kate's death was difficult for everyone, but I need you.
I said I'm fine!
You sound fine. Tears me that hurt into anger. Great.
That vein popping out says you're calm.
Someone's coming in hot from deep space.
Omni Man.
Immortal, wait.
No, must be my owl.
Oh, where did Invincible say he lived again?
crap. This is going to be tricky.
Yeah, he's just trying to escape his pain, just channel into something else.
There's been a misunderstanding. How can I hear you speak? Okay, it's just this implant I have. It lets us communicate telepathically. It's not a big deal. Get out of my head! I am not here to fight. I'm just looking for Invincible. Invincible? Omni Man sent you! No!
Bro.
I do not want to hurt you, sir.
Calm down, thick skull.
My eye.
Show us that new strength, baby. Come on, let's go.
Invincible! What the hell is going on?
Okay, that's better.
I came here looking for you, and then suddenly this douchebag attacked me.
Alan's my friend. He's a good guy.
My thing only works between me and someone else, not between two other someone else's. It's a design flaw. I'm told there's an update coming.
Can you tell him?
Hi, sir. Mark says I'm a pal. He also says I'm essentially the king of space.
Did Alan attack you or threaten you?
Oh, good question. Mark wants to know if I attacked you or threatened you.
Well, you're sounding antagonistic right now.
I thought you were someone else.
The hell is that guy's problem?
His girlfriend just died.
That feeling of loss can corrupt your soul.
Yeah.
Look, we need to talk. Can we go somewhere that's not like in space? And also, for future reference, will you just point to where you live?
What happens if Rick consumes like a beverage?
If who consumes a beverage?
Rick.
The short circuit.
All right, we should be good now.
You know, on my planet, a sock on the door means somebody's.
Oh, he's huge now. Yep, sure enough.
The seance dog right there.
My boss, Thadeus, is also a Viltrumite. It turns out he rebelled against the Empire like years ago. So that makes two of you. It's not much, but it is a start.
Why are you here exactly?
On behalf of Thadeus and the Coalition of Planets, I am to escort you to Telescria to discuss our war against the Viltrum Empire and how you can help.
There's only two of them, though.
Amber and I are in a weird place, and now that my mom's looking after my half-brother, I can't just ditch her. Are we gonna have to fight now?
I don't fight friends, because I would win, and then I feel terrible. I should get going. Thadeus will not be happy with me.
Maybe I can help with that.
Oh, the books.
Yes.
I have a hunch about something, but I need a second opinion.
How long does it take for him to get to his planet?
Good question.
Is that Space Racer?
Well, it's Space Rider in the book.
It's Space Racer in real life, and he is legendary.
Oh.
Everything in these books is real, and it's all stuff that can hurt Viltrumites. He's telling us how to defeat the Empire.
Oh,
why would?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There's always been a sliver of a doubt in him.
Can I scan these to take back to the Coalition?
Of course.
All right, got it.
What a useful tool.
I still don't get why they took him away when they could have just killed him on Thraxa.
I've heard rumors of a Viltrumite prison somewhere in space. Maybe they took him there.
Prison break.
The hardest prison break of all time.
When you need someone for the actual fight, I'll be there.
I cannot wait until we see that.
Yeah, season 4.
In order for a Viltrumite to be executed, he must be healed and whole, worthy to stand and face the end of his life with honor.
Well, that's good.
Yet for even such a craven betrayal, there is a path to redemption. Rejoin your people, Nolan. Let this not be your legacy.
What choice are you going to make?
You were one of our greatest warriors. How did a mere moment on Earth turn you into a weak, sentimental traitor?
Created life. That can't have hurt him.
That planet and its people are toxic. If they could do this to you, they too will pay.
Son of a bitch.
It wasn't enough that you left me to die on Mars. You had to trash my place, too.
Oh, interesting that we get to see this guy now. Imagine he'd be messed up, too.
Uh-oh.
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 Uh-oh. Yeah, it was in you for a long time. Can't. Yeah, I made it back to Earth. We're screwed. Yeah, we're screwed.
Oh my God. Son of a bitch.
Oh man.
Son of a bitch.
Let me help you with the jacket.
Oh, it's Titan.
May I ask, sir, what's the occasion for such a fine suit?
Oh no, it's not. Oh.
I'm visiting an old friend.
Not all black people are the same.
We just haven't seen him this season. Oh shoot. Okay.
He's gonna go visit Titan.
Fascinating.
Zombies! Walking Dead! Robert Kirkman!
Marvel Zombies.
It is good to be home.
A lot of people must be looking at you.
What?
That's cool.
That was very
I'm
cool.
pretty sure they just did a Walking Dead reference. Because Robert Kirkman created Walking Dead as well,
Yep.
That's really cool.
That's just dope. Oh, man, I am excited.
Citizens of the Reject Nation, or should I say Royal Rejects, because that is who we call those who check out our RR apparel at rejectnationshop.com. We come out with new designs every month or every 2 months. It is personally my favorite way you can support the channel. Reason being is because we are involved with every one of the exclusive RR designs that are up at the shop. We got a bunch of designs already, such as our Super Marvel Bro shirt. My sister actually designed this one. Deadpool Wolverine inspired, my personal favorite one. But then we also got our #1 bestseller, the Last Daddy t-shirt, which has Pedro Pascal from The Last of Us inspired, carrying baby Grogu. We have Loki's glorious balloon. We also have our Doctor Who shirt, which is full of a bunch of classic Doctor Who quotes on the TARDIS. We have Space Babies of the Galaxy. We got ourselves some Star Wars inspired shirts. We got a Boys inspired shirt, and we have a House of the Dragon one as well. Pointing those out because obviously we have new seasons of those shows coming up. And then of course, you got a bunch of other designs as well, like our Batverse one, Who Influences the Influencers, another Last of Us inspired t-shirt, and of course, the classic Reject symbolism t-shirts as well. Either one is an amazing way to support the channel, and like I said, you get to look good while doing it. So thank you guys so much. Do consider going to rejectnationshop.com, and also tag us on social media. If you end up buying a shirt, please tag us. We'd love to see it when people do end up buying the shirts. Thank you, Royal Rejects. See you guys soon.
That was a great episode.
No, it's all great. Everything's great. Everything's
is
great.
awesome.
If you want the shortest review ever, everything is great.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
I'm so satisfied with the writing of this series by far. I've wanted to just see kind of a movie that explores that aftermath, and now the show's doing it, of when like girl is with your Superman essentially, and it's a secret, and how do you navigate that, and the wonder of that must wear off, the mystique of that, like any relationship, you must get used to that in some way. You can't, superhero probably, it's so easy to, I'm just so fascinated by it, I need to get my thoughts right here. The not wanting to, Mark normalize minimalize Amber's feelings on what she's going through as very human experiences, when he's got these cataclysmic, larger than life experiences that she can't possibly understand. So it's tough to demand or ask for time and attention. And I'm sure if she opens up, people will be like, "Oh, what are you doing? Being kind of a nagging bitch about it, man. He's freaking invincible. He's saving the world." It's so difficult for people to understand and grasp the emotions of the situation. So I think paralleling and kind of when they were confiding in other people about the troubles they're having and the distance that's growing and how they can't relate and ask stuff of each other, I thought was a very, very nuanced conversation, be it more than something like Mary Jane and Peter Parker, for example, because this is just a relationship, whereas Lois Lane is reporter on the field and might actually work with Superman. And I don't know, maybe the show will go there, but it doesn't seem like it's interested in doing that right now. And even for Mary Jane Watson gets involved, and this is not that. This is just having a relationship with a superhero. So I love how in depth it is of the struggles that you would have with that. I'm very appreciative of every little bit of nuance, and again, it is that existentialism, nature versus nurture through line that they keep kind of driving home here and asking the question of why we are the way we are in very fascinating and compelling ways. And to end this off with deconstructions of maybe Nolan has always kind of had it in the back of his head, for a long time, that he might want to break free of the Viltrum Empire, that he's always had a bit of a conscience leaning in a direction, and Earth just kind of opened that up in his brain a little bit more, the human emotions. which is crazy to think because, you know, after season 1, he was just the ultimate villain.
Yeah.
And now he's going down this path of, you know, like there needs to be consequences and he needs to suffer for the shit he's done. But to not be full baddie, you know, and maybe be positioned in a way where he might be a necessary team member to defeat the Viltrum Empires is a wild pitch, man. It's wild. So
wild redemption arc, like almost like an anti-hero in a sense.
But can he? As I will always love Omni Man because it's freaking Omni Man, you know. Because as an audience member, but in the world he inhabits, can there ever really be redemption? You know, for a guy like that. Like let's say Hitler was like, you know what, I'm gonna start saving some people. Can he really be redeemed? And this is a guy who single-handedly committed mass genocide. You know, so
on multiple planets.
Yeah. So it's a great question. Like I'll always, as an animated fictional character, I love watching him, and I think he's like the best character. But in the world they inhabit, like he can't ever really be redeemed. You know.
No, I mean he can't be redeemed in the eyes of others. I don't think ever, especially for how much pain and destruction he's caused. But I don't think it's too late for him to, in a sense, right the wrongs that he's committed, you know, by going against the Viltrum Empire, by causing further destruction upon the universe. And, you know, maybe he'll never get the forgiveness in the eyes of the other people, but he could, at the very least, save the ones that they love.
Yeah.
Even if he gets the credit for it or not.
Well, they're doing a lot of the choices that we make in times of suffrage and what part of your soul bleeds through the most, the parts of love or the parts of fear. So, yeah, I'm really, really compelled by everything they're doing. Rex going on a physical transformation. So cool. Bullet to the head changes a lot.
Yeah, surprised that he survived that.
It seems like they're really heading towards like Amber and Mark eventually. Bumping uglies.
Amber and Mark bumping Oakleys?
Yeah.
They already did that.
Eve.
Amber and Eve? Yeah.
No.
Definitely.
Even
They've been planting them seeds since beginning.
Even Mark.
Season 1. Even Mark. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. They have a lot in common, more than anybody could. I mean, not that more than anybody could, but I feel like the fact that, you know, they both have this innate sense of wanting to do good in spite of the fact that their families or their parents don't believe that that's their role to do good.
Yeah.
And I like that there's that parallel between them, you know, with Omni Man, as Mark experienced him within his life, in his 9 months of being a superhero, being with his dad, that he has greater purpose. He has other things to do that are more important than saving the little guy.
Sure.
And her family doesn't believe that she should be saving anybody at all. She should just be like normal. So I think I would like to see them come together and bond over that fact, but also the fact that they're both superheroes with good hearts who aren't part of the Guardians, who want to do good, but are also find that camaraderie. They connect and mesh really well, and I like the fact that we've planted those seeds with them.
Yeah. And the existential crises of every character, Immortal even.
Yeah.
We were talking about that on the sense of how it's a visceral emotion to watch Duplikate die. Mm-hmm. And now to see Immortal who's even questioning himself, like, I don't understand. I've been around forever. Everyone I've ever loved has died. Why is this one in particular striking such a chord?
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because I think we talked in the last review, like gripes. I think one of the minor gripes for me is that we have all these characters we've come to know over the course of the show, but not all of them have gotten a chance to shine, whether it be with like a literal moment of having this heroic kind of triumph or just as characters. Like Shrinking Ray, we still don't really know much about her. Like she's kind of a background character. And same thing with the other black dude who had the reject Invincible suit that Cecil made be on the team. But I like, is that Bulletproof. We don't really know much about him. I don't know much about Black Samson, and I like the fact that, well, first I will say, I like the fact that Black Samson and Immortal had that moment because they're both original Guardians. And I thought it's strange the fact that he's been on this team. He's one of the first members of this team. And now that Immortal's back, these two don't have anything to talk about with one another. But I'm happy that we finally got that moment between those two. And the fact that Immortal is now becoming a character because he wasn't really one. Like, he was there in the first episode, then he died. Then he came back in the beginning of the second to last episode, or towards the end of the second to last episode, and then he died again. And now he's back, and then he's just kind of like a tough ass who doesn't trust people. And now that we've gotten to see some of his heart, some of his experience, it makes him more interesting because I feel like that character has a lot of potential to be really interesting. He's essentially this universe's Randall Savage, kind of mixed with Captain America in a sense, kind of mixed with Superman. And he has a wealth of experience to kind of draw from, but we haven't really touched or scratched any of the surface of that. So I like the fact that we're getting to see some of that, get to at least see a little bit of that, because there's a lot of interesting stuff to uncover there. Kind of similar with Rex, I'm someone who, obviously need a good plot to kind of carry a story forward, but I'm someone who's very interested in character, why people are the way that they are. We've got to see a little bit of that with Eve. We've definitely got to see that with Mark. We're starting to see that with Omni Man. But what makes Rex such a dick? And he's starting to have those same questions, those same revelations, as to why he does the things that he does, or like he wants to change his pattern of behavior.
Yeah.
Now, what I don't want to see, I think narratively, they could go this direction with like him having this new change of heart, and Eve kind of feeling alone, that they may rekindle something while Mark realizes he has feelings for her. Like, I feel like that'd be like a classic trope. But this show does a good job of subverting tropes and expectations, so maybe they won't do that. Something I will say though about Eve and Amber, and kind of touching a little bit on the relationship between Mark and Amber before I go fully into that, was the fact that Amber is confiding in Eve, and that relationship, and what will make that more interesting later on is when Eve and Mark eventually get together, which obviously it seems like they're going to end up in that place.
Well, I think the respectful thing to do would be that they talk with Amber before anything happens.
Right. And I wonder if the show's going to pull that classic trope of like just taking the easy way out and just killing Amber. And then they kind of take the Gwen Stacy route and like, oh, they bond over the death of Amber kind of thing. But I think this show has proven itself to be really mature and doesn't look for an easy way out. So I would hope that Amber doesn't die and just like it happens like how it would happen in real life. And even their relationship of what's causing them to grow apart is very real, very grounded, very adult. And it, like, even if it is superheroes or if it's just normal people, it feels like the thing that causes couples to divide every day. A difference in lifestyle, maybe not like lack of communication, because I feel like their relationship has become very transparent, very honest, but because they don't have time for each other. And even in other fields of work, whether it's not superheroes, maybe somebody's like a firefighter or like in the military or like a police officer, I feel like even then there's this distance created because of their sense of duty. And like, I feel like the partner who isn't of service would feel a sense of smallness because of what their experiences doesn't compare. I don't know. I don't have people within my life that are in that specific dynamic, but I would imagine that's what it would be like. And if you guys have that experience or know somebody with that experience, like, let us know, comment and correct us or validate. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's kind of how I feel going into it. I like that this show has that diversity, has those colors. And also with Rudy and Monster Girl, their relationship, him wanting to he was so prevalent in trying to like help her and look after her in the first season. He's still trying to do that, but she doesn't want that. She is her own person. She's gonna need him to stick up for her or protect her because she has her own ways of wanting to go about things, and he has to be respectful of that. This show's just overall great, and I'm curious to see where things go with Donald, because he's having his own revelations. Is he going to stay with the organization? Is he going to dip out? Is he going to work more directly with the Guardians? Also, the stuff with Debie and the baby. I like that we kind of touched on the fact that she has this empathy for the kid and feels this kinship, sense of protection, because it is her son's brother. Despite what Omni Man did, the woman that he chose to be with after the fact is innocent in all of this. She died. They have a shorter lifespan, and the child's innocent. The baby's just a baby. It's going to need to be raised by somebody. And, I like that we are, because the first half of the season was very much about Debie and her grief and her frustration and her kind of going through the motions of what she'd experienced, that we are kind of pivoting her arc into something that's more nurturing and getting to connect with this child, almost like I don't want to say redemption, but like her getting to have like more active role, I guess, going forward, seemingly.
Yeah, I would echo all those statements. And with the nature versus nurture element of things, I appreciate to tie it back to like Debie, because as Mark and Amber were talking, I was thinking, and then they brought it up. I was like, damn, they fucking did it. Like literally, it was like every time I was having a thought, I was like, okay, Greg, interject that thought. Find your time in the reaction to not talk over. Okay, they just said it. All right. Now okay. Oh, damn, they just said it. All right. They're like, I'm not going to be able to contribute anything here. The show's doing it all for me. But they brought up a point that I thought was really, where my mind did trail off to, was like, wow, it's kind of interesting how Mark and Amber were able to are not able to make this work, where by all accounts, up until the revelation of who Omni Man really was, how Debie and Nolan were able to make it work. Like they were really had a lockdown on the relationship for the most part.
Yeah.
But then to bring up the question of, I don't want to emulate what I saw my parents do, which was kind of brush things under the rug or be passively accepting without acknowledging how this is actually really affecting me. I'm like, damn, that is fucking psychologically nuanced as a hell right there, to go like that far into it, because I was wondering if they were going to address how Debie and them made it work, and then to break it down even further of actually there was a sense of neglect and trauma that occurs in a dynamic like that. So I think this was a very beautiful orchestrated episode. And these episodes won't get as many views for us as 3 and 4, because Omni Man's not really in them. So, but I think they're great.
They're great episodes.
They're freaking phenomenal. I think they're really strong and focused. And what I love too is, I agree with your point about how there's so many characters, and oftentimes I find myself checking in with a character I don't really care about, and then the show will do something to make me care a little more. They really seem like they're in the long haul with this show. This isn't like a 3 to 5 season show. It seems like they're really in the long game for it. And maybe I'm wrong about that. That's just not the impression I get. It feels like when you're actually diving into a comic book world, right? Not like just one specific run, but a very big comic book world where eventually you'll get around to fleshing out this character who you were introduced to seasons ago, and now we're finally fleshing them out, like when you're getting lost in the comic book world. Yeah. So I think it's great. I think it's phenomenal stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't read the comic, and I've avoided spoilers for the past 2-3 years when we first reacted to season 1. But I like the fact that I agree that this is a show that feels like it's for the long haul, and it already has a definitive ending. It ended years ago, and
that's the wild part to me, because it seems like they can go past it.
Yeah, if they
they're pretty faithful. To my understanding, it's a pretty faithful show.
Yeah, and
that's
I think the thing that's cool about it, and I haven't read the comic, so I don't know the comparisons and contrasts, but the fact that because it is done, and apparently it is very faithful, the fact that they can imbue this series with knowledge and lessons that weren't previously available because they hadn't been written yet.
Sure.
And imbue that from the beginning to create a stronger narrative overall.
Definitely.
And yeah, it's so far like rock solid, super strong. So I'm just hungry for more. Just give me more Invincible. We got 2 more episodes of this season. I hope to be watching this for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
It's a dang good show.
Unless, of course, YouTube gets shut down. Then
don't do that.
I have no interest in continuing the show.
don't shut down.
If I can't do reactions to it, do I really want to watch it?
I don't think so.
No,
That's what makes it.
I can finally start the Vampire Diaries.
I can finally start.
Finally watch what I really want to watch. Yeah. Jane the Virgin, here I come. It's time to get there.
All My Children, episode 1.
Three's Company, which I heard you were a funny show. Let's get into it. Meet the Jeffersons. Who are you guys? Finally glad to get to know you.
Started to start good times.
All righty, Reject Nation. Thank you so much for checking back in with us. Leave your thoughts down below on your takeaways with this episode. Had a wonderful time as always, and we will talk with you all soon, Rejects.
Quinto Galindo, you have what might be the most racist name at our Patreon. Nah, JK. It was the way that I said it. Because you know what, man? Your name is fun to say, all right? I'm just going to say that. And I hope that you're okay with that. It's got alliteration. You got a G first name and a G last name.
That is alliteration.
And that is the definition of alliteration. It's not assonance. Don't get it mixed up, all right? But yeah, and Guito or Guito, if I'm mispronouncing it, you can let me know. But that is a name we hardly ever come across. And the fact that it rhymes, well, you are a more culturally enlightened person than I am.
Guito Hernandez,
And-
Guito Rodriguez, Guito
Martinez and Guito Dominguez, of course. And now you know Quinto Galindo. You know 5.
Yeah.
And I just know you. So I'm going to cling to you, and I'm going to show you off to all my friends for making me more cultural just by being an object of my acknowledgement.
Yeah, man, that's what
Which is, the American dream, if we're being honest about it. So you're welcome, Quinto Galindo. And hey, I hope you're having a good spring break. I hope you're out here getting crunk, getting crazy, maybe finding some people to commune with in completely platonic and appropriate ways. And yeah, I will venture next shout out, to be that much more culturally aware. All right. So, get ready for that. All right. I'm going to be a full-on representation of all of your roots. And that's how much I care about you, my only one friend, Guito. So, hey, be well, my dude. And we'll see you next month. All the love. And, yeah. Stay beautiful.